Hey everybody, we're back in the basement again. We're going to talk about some of my favorite Squarebill crankbaits. Some of these are discontinued, some of them aren't. You can still get today. Some of them you can get on eBay and places that are a little bit more hidden. These Squarebills are my favorite by far. Some of them I use all year, some of them I use in certain situations, but regardless of the fact, these are all really good baits. I absolutely love them. I'm sure you guys will too if you can find them. Stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. It's a freaking giant! Oh my god, look at that freaking thing! Alright, for the Squarebill crankbaits that I chose, they're not going to be in any order of like my favorite one to my least favorite, but I'm going to give you the probably 5 or so of them that I really enjoy and I really like, and I've caught a ton of fish on. If some of you guys know me decently well, I'm kind of a river rat. I grew up on what's near here in Ohio. It's called the Scioto River, and it's pretty much where I cut my teeth fishing, was at the Scioto River. And there's 2 reservoirs on that river. It's called, one's O'Shaughnessy and one's Griggs. My dad and I we had an aluminum boat, and we spent a lot of our time on those 2 bodies of water. So that's where I really learned a lot of what I know, especially shallow water largemouth fishing. And that's what I really enjoy. I know a lot of people know of me because of smallmouth fishing, which I grew to love. But that's not how I started. I was definitely not a good smallmouth fisherman and did not have a lot to do around here smallmouth fishing wise when it comes to offshore deep stuff, things like that. That was things I had to totally learn, and to be honest with you, I really didn't get all that good at until I was probably late high school, or even out of high school, and then I really started learning a lot about that. So but anyways, back to the crankbaits. I would say this is one of the best ones around. You can still get this one, and it's really good. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. It is the Spro Little John. The Spro Little John comes in an array of different colors. It seems like they're always coming out with new ones. Spro did a really good job with this crankbait in conjunction with John Cruz, and they knocked it out of the park. I've caught a ton of really big fish on this crankbait. My biggest one's probably almost 7 pounds. I caught with a friend of mine and on a local lake around here. It was a giant, but I've caught a ton of fish on this crankbait. Dirty water, clear water. They have colors for everything. They also are very good to cast. They cast very well for a pretty small bait. They have a good weight transfer system, and I just really like them. They're great, and you guys can get them pretty much anywhere you want. All right, we got the box out now. This is all my Squarebills, or at least some of my Squarebills. I have a ton of them, but this is the main ones that I use a lot of the time. And we had a Little John laying here on the counter, so that worked out. I just picked that one up since it was already laying there, but now I'm going to actually grab a couple more out that I really like. And the next one is going to be a people are going to hate me for this. Probably really going to hate me for this. This is a discontinued crankbait that you haven't been able to get for quite a few years. Some places get them occasionally in. I don't know if they just do limited runs or what, but it's a Lucky Craft. It is the Lucky Craft SKT MR. It's actually a medium runner. It runs pretty good depth-wise, probably 6-ish foot on lighter line, but it does a really good job. This bait catches them. They have some good colors. They don't have a ton of colors, and they actually are really, really hard to find. So you might not be able to get all the colors or even find them at all, but they are selling them for very expensive on eBay and places, but you still hardly can't even find them on there. So I don't know if they do limited runs of them or what, but the SKT series Squarebills were great. They were really, really good. The next one, this is the one you can get everywhere. This one is very overlooked. And it's by a company that's seems like it's kind of faded away since all these other bait companies that came out. But it's still top of the line crankbaits in my opinion, and they have not changed them, but they don't need to because they work. Is a Bomber Square A. You see that again. They can let you see that very long. A Bomber Square A. So Bomber Square A is really good. It runs 0 to 3 foot, so it's one of your shallower end square bills. It does awesome around cover. You can get this thing through almost anything, it seems like, and it flat catches them. I've caught a ton of fish in rivers, in shallow water, wood, anything you can think of. I've even caught some on grass lines and things like that on a square bill. So, but for me personally, this is probably, for me around here, we fish really, really shallow. This one's probably my favorite, just from what I've done in the past, and how I've done in the past. I've probably caught more fish on a Bomber Square A than any other square bill made. So that's a really, really good one. It's overlooked. You can get these literally anywhere. You can get them at Walmart, I think, but you can literally get them anywhere. They come in probably 5 or 6 colors. They don't have a big array of colors, but you don't really need a whole bunch of colors. So there you go, Bomber Square A. That's another one. And then last but not least is, this is just the basic. Everybody knows about it. The Strike King 1.5, 1.0, 2.5 size square bills. They are probably the most well-known used square bill crankbaits on the market, but regardless of that, they flat catch them. I don't care what anybody says. They're good. They have great action, and there has been a ton of money won on a 1.5, 2.5, or even a 1.0 size square bill. They're great. Strike King did a really good job with this crankbait when they came out with it, and there's been numerous amounts of big tournaments won on this crankbait, and it's great. So you can pick these up pretty much anywhere too, as pretty much everybody knows. I'm sure if you're a bass fisherman, you probably have one of these in your box. Maybe not this color, but you guarantee you have probably at least one Strike King square bill in your box. So great crankbait. It's another one. And I think that's probably it for the crankbaits that I'm going to tell you guys about today. That's just a few of my favorite square bills. I have custom ones. I have balsa. I have more plastic square bills that I use. But to me, those are the 4 or 5, however many I just told you guys about. Those are the best square bills that I like. And some of those, especially that Lucky Craft, good luck finding them, because I've only been able to buy like 5 or 6 in the last 2 years. So they're great though, and if you can find them, I'd buy them. So anyways, thank you for watching. I hope this definitely helped you guys out, and please subscribe.